78 Sports TV here, holding it down for the homie King G, the boxologist.
I picked King G to come through and win it all, man. I'm gonna be young. It's his entertainment factor and his knowledge in general. The way he present his argument and like break down your arguments at the same time. I like his style.
We got dude King G, the boxologist. So he sounds like he the guy. His name say he the guy. So we gonna see. He already proclaimed himself.
All right, let me go to boxologist. Boxologist, what type of performance you putting on, man?
Man, we trying to tap into Ultra Instinct one time, man. You know what I'm saying? We trying to put that spirit bomb on that boy, blow him up, man.
I'm calling King G the winner by knockout round this motherfucker.
I know this didn't just happen.
Real dog round this motherfucker.
Hey, King G told him straight up, BL. He said, hey, he my warm up. I'm finna hit him with the spirit bomb in his bitch.
King G came in with a hell of a
he did his thing.
Yeah, he a hell of a debater.
He did his thing, man.
So I'm talking about King G, the boxologist. This monster King G. I'm talking about that monster King G.
But I got boxologists until somebody beat him. I have to see somebody beat him before I pick against him.
He's just not on the level of a King G when it comes to debating, because he had a layup and he couldn't dunk the ball.
Oh, for sure. We got two KG victims up there and shit. Like this nigga, you know what I'm saying? This nigga got us be free. What we gonna do? King G got us both on his goddamn King G got us both on his goddamn wall. Be free. Ain't gonna lie, I had a 3-0 King G. I had a 3-0 King G. Okay. As far as me judging it.
King G, boxologist, was the victor. He took the entire tournament.
King G, what's up, man? Old school King G, the debate champion is in the building, y'all. That's right, the king of boxing debates right now.
Now you know who you listening to. Let's talk some boxing.
And we can segue right into the next Philadelphia fighter in the next fight, and it's Cool Boy Steph.
Stevie Cool Boy Steph.
Fulton against the monster, Inoue.
Scooter against the monster. Man, first of all, I don't never want to see another fight hosted in Japan. I'm just not into watching fights on a Tuesday morning. At 7 in the morning, man. Like I just, that wasn't my thing, man. But
the broadcast started at 3:00 in the morning, man.
Really, man, that's crazy, bro.
I woke up at 5:00 in the morning to watch the fight, and it was like I still had to watch like 7 fights. It was crazy. I'm like, yo, what's going on?
I didn't see. Luckily for me, I woke up right when the fight was about to happen. It was the next fight, because I thought it was gonna start at 8. So something told me, because I knew the card started at 4:00 or something like that, is what I heard. And so I was like, okay, it was 4:00 my time. So I was like, let me they probably gonna come on about 8:00. And I woke up at 7. I woke up a little earlier than 7. Some said, man, it was 7:00. Turn it on. And it was about to, I said, damn, this is shit, I'm right on time. But man, I had like
lucky you. You got it right on time. Yeah, everybody else was fucking wiping sleep out their eyes, getting up watching the damn fight.
Yeah, I'm sure they had a whole bunch of Japanese dudes fighting, bro. I ain't never heard of. So
it was this dude they had as the co-main event. This Japanese dude that fought on the co-main event. I forgot the dude's name. He was okay though. He was okay. He was all right. I mean, nothing to write home about. But he was all right. He was all right. He was the prospect. So maybe he's going to get better. I'm sure.
Yeah, man. I'm disappointed, bro. Me personally, man. I had Stevie Boy winning the fight. I felt like, obviously, I felt like he was a superior boxer. I felt like, obviously he's unified. He was a bigger fighter. He had the longer reach. You know what I'm saying? I thought he had the higher IQ. And I felt like Inoue's power, just like how we was just talking about Ennis' power carrying up to middleweight. I felt like Inoue's power will be nullified at super banter. And I felt like Cool Boy will be able to take it a lot better than those smaller guys, because the guy done moved up 4 weight classes. So I felt like you know, he's going to take his power way better than those smaller guys this dude's been fighting, and he's going to comfortably outbox him. And man, if that was not the way that damn fight played out, bro, that fight, gosh, bro, I know
it was frustrating watching it.
Yeah, it was very fresh. I felt like he was dry. I don't know if he didn't warm up in a. To me, now I don't want to take anything away from Inoue. Inoue is a bad boy. Inoue is a monster, and we definitely gonna talk about him even further on later down in the show. But I just felt like, man, to a certain degree, Stevie Coolboy Fulton beat himself. Like he just didn't prepare the way I thought he was going to prepare. He didn't fight like how I know I'm used to seeing him fight, you know, because even when he fought Figueroa, Figueroa was pressuring him, and and Figueroa was bigger than him, and he was handling him. He was handling Figueroa very well, and he was taking the pressure very well and using his boxing skills and his timing. But when he got in there with Inoue, what stuck out to me, it was two things that I noticed. When they both came out, I noticed they was trying to posture and find range. But one thing that I realized is I expected Fulton to exercise the jab, but it was Inoue that was very effective with that jab. And then another thing that I noticed, and you let me know if you notice this too, when Inoue would hit Fulton or hit Fulton with a combination of something, it would knock him back. He would stumble back. Like you could tell, like the power was there, and it was real.
Power was real, yeah.
And what it seemed like to me was Fulton was scared of his power. Like he was scared to get in there and mix it up with him. And I don't know if he was trying to look for, you know, opportunities or look for habits and stuff, but it was just like, even the way he was moving was like kind of telegraphing. Like you can kind of see which way he's going, and it was like Inoue was just picking up on that, man. He was just so sharp in his combinations and stuff, and it was like, and I had money on that fight. I lost money on that fight, right? And so in the first round, and so when I'm betting, and this is one thing about me, you know, when I ain't got no money on the fight, I'll be a little biased for my favorite or whoever I got winning the fight. But when I got money on the fight, man, I'm calling the round straight for what it is. And so the first round, I'm like, damn, Inoue got that one. Second round, damn, Inoue got that one. Third round, damn, Inoue got that one. Come on, Fulton, bro, you can't lose more than 7 rounds now. And so when we got into,
I still got the ticket.
Oh man, hey bro,
I still got the ticket.
When we got into the second half of that fight, bro, I told myself, I said, and now Fulton had a good 7th round. I will say that he had a great 7th round, bro. And it seemed like he was kind of picking up on Inoue's habits with him using his jab and stuff. But it was like all the other rounds, it was like, even when he did lose something, it was like Inoue always was doing a little bit more. But the only round I could have possibly gave it to him was the 7th round. So going into the 8th round, I felt like Fulton was going, you know, kind of be on this shit. He kind of got his rhythm now, you know, and maybe he got his range. But what I realized was he was still in Inoue's range. Inoue had found his range, and he knew that he could hurt Fulton. And man, when he caught him, I was just like, damn. Now, I want to ask you something, and you let me know if you noticed it. To me, it looks like, and it's hard to tell from the camera angle, but to me, it looks like when Inoue caught him. Now, I'm not trying to take nothing away from Inoue, but it looks like when he caught him with that first clean shot.
Please, King G.
Yeah.
Please don't take nothing away from Inoue. I don't need no Japanese fans, and I don't need none of these people coming. They're gonna attack the fuck out of you. Please.
Yeah. No.
Please
I'm not taking
nothing away from me. Please don't.
I'm just asking the question. Did it look like when he got hit, when he got caught flush with that first shot before he went down, did it look like his glove touched the ground?
It did.
Then he got up and Inoue came and, you know, finished him off and he fell down?
It did. His glove did touch the ground. His glove did touch the canvas, and I thought they were going to break him up and start counting as a knockdown. That's what I thought. Yeah. But it's protect yourself at all times.
Now, the reason why I say I don't want to take nothing away from Inoue, because a judge could have looked at that, just like if you remember Roy Jones Jr. when he lost his first fight. You know how he lost it, right? He lost it by knocking the dude down and hitting him while he was down, and he got DQ'd for that.
Yeah. How about that? I didn't even make that. I didn't even think about that. I didn't make that correlation. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So when I saw that, you know what I'm saying? And I make these correlations all the time, bro. Just like when I seen like Mike Tyson bit Holyfield, he got DQ'd for that, right? But then when you see Berlanga bought Ramiro, he bit Ramiro, he didn't get DQ'd, but he got suspended after the fight. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a pick and choose, you know what I'm saying? With the ref, or it's to the ref discrimination. But I felt like depending on the ref, because when he caught him with the shot in his glove touch, it looked like, and I thought his glove touched the canvas. You the first person that I'm actually asking, did it look like to you that the glove touched the canvas as well? And I don't see nobody kind of talking about this, because I know nobody's not trying to take nothing away. And I think Inoue won. He was gonna win, you know. But when he touched it, if you look at the ref, you see the ref running in real fast to stop Inoue. But to Inoue's credit, Fulton, he should have just went all the way down. That's what he should have did. He should have just went down. When his glove touched the can, he just should have took a knee. But Inoue, if the ref is behind Inoue's just in attack mode. So when he saw he had this guy hurt, you know, his mental was like, okay, sure, I gotta attack.
Inoue did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, he did what he was supposed to do. He did, and I think that was a situation to where the ref was not in the right position to stop him when Fulton touched the glove. I mean, when Fulton glove touched the canvas, because if he would have been in the correct position, as soon as his glove touched the canvas, it wouldn't have been no follow-up shots after that. But the follow-up shots, and then you know he got the count, and it was just he just never recovered. But like I said, man, all credit to Inoue. He definitely was the better man that night without a doubt. It was looking like a blowout. Like honestly, it was looking like a blowout. When it got into the 7th round, like I said, I thought he was gonna come on strong, but he didn't. And going into the 8th round, I thought he had found his groove, but it was still, you know, the monster show. And he put on a monster clinic, man. He put on a monster fucking clinic, and I would love to see him fight Tank Davis. And I hear they talking about that. And them two little guys, that's a good fight. Go ahead.
I want to give my analysis of this fight though, right fast.
Give it to me, bro. Give it to me.
Real quick. I'm gonna try to make it quick anyway.
Oh man, take your time, man. Hey man, listen.
Now I'm gonna say this. The first I have to give credit to Inoue's team, to his coach, and I'm gonna tell you why. This fight showed me that they are strategists. Inoue and his team are strategists. What they did, they studied Fulton all the way down to the molecules. And I'm gonna explain. Fulton is a fighter that relies on his opponents being impatient.
Yeah.
If you watch Fulton fights, he's always the patient fighter. The other fighters are always the less patient, or they're rushing. Fulton is always being patient, and that goes into his skill set, and it fits into his skill set, that his ability. It fits into his boxing ability, his patience. He forces you to be impatient, and then he capitalizes on it. Yeah. And then he gets you out of your game. That's what Fulton does best. From the very first round, if you watch the Inoue, he hurry up and waited. That's what he did. He wasn't the normal Inoue. I'm gonna blow you the fuck out real quick. Yeah. Inoue took his time. He was more patient. He was more patient than Fulton. He was more patient than the patient fighter. That was intelligence. You have to be smart to know, because Fulton was the champion.
Yeah.
You think about that. The challenger normally is like, I have to take the title.
Right.
Inoue fought like the champion. He didn't fight like the challenger. He fought like the champion. He was extremely patient. And by him being extremely patient, he forced Fulton to come out of his comfort zone and fight uncharacteristic to his style.
Yeah.
And Inoue capitalized on that. And then after capitalizing on, okay, I forced them to be impatient. Mm-hmm. Now I can just implement who I am onto him. And I think that the Inoue won this fight simply by being patient. And I thought that was beautiful because he understood who Steve Fulton was. He understood who Stephen Fulton was. Stephen Fulton is a fighter who relies on you being impatient, and he counters you. And Inoue said, hey, guess what? I'm not doing that tonight. We playing my game tonight.
Right.
And I thought that was beautiful. I thought that technically and strategically, that was a beautiful fight. I thought that was a master class that the monster put on. That's what you call a master class with a cherry on top. That's a master class with a cherry on top. That was a beautiful performance.
That was a dissecting, bro.
That was a beautiful performance.
Let me ask you a question, Shay. Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
To me, it did, but to you, did it look like Inoue was the bigger man in the ring?
No, it didn't look like he's the bigger man than me. It looked like he was the bigger puncher, but not the bigger man.
He definitely was a bigger puncher. One thing that I noticed, when they was kind of like finding their range, I looked at their legs, and Inoue's legs was a lot bigger.
But Inoue got the Manny Pacquiao legs.
That's what I was going to say, bro.
You know what I mean? He got the Manny Pacquiao legs. Yeah, he got the Manny Pacquiao legs, man. So
like, dang, man, he look bigger. Like his legs look bigger. And then when they lock up, I'm like, maybe Inoue rehydrated a little bit bigger than Fulton, coming into the fight, man. But
I noticed that a lot of Asian fighters in that region, that they have those big calves like that, man. I gotta go to Japan because I want them fucking calves my damn self. Shit,
man.
Go ahead, brother.
What you think about like him beating Fulton with the jab, bro? Him winning the battle of the jabs, bro. Like I didn't see that. I'm
gonna tell you something right now. Let me ask you this question. Because I'm on the phone talking to my homeboy while I'm watching the fight. And Fulton did not faint one time in that entire fight. He did not faint at all.
Yeah.
He did. And to me, like, how can you not, like, fainting, when you faint, you get to see a preview of what the fighter is going to do.
No doubt.
And to me, I don't understand why he didn't. I'm not even talking to him. Yes, he got out jabbed, and he was the jabber. But why didn't he even faint? Blew my mind. That shit was why not? You got a dude who is a hard puncher, who tends to lead with power shots at times. So wouldn't you want to feint so he opens up so you can counter, and you're the counter puncher? I didn't understand that for the life of me.
I think that.
So to answer your question, I'm sorry. To answer your question, my bad. To answer your question, I didn't see him. I didn't see him jab enough. But most importantly, I didn't see him feint enough. But go ahead, continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. I think he prepared, and even just listening to his corner, it seemed like he had a different type of game plan for a certain type of, in a way he thought he was going to fight. In the inner way that he thought he was going to fight was not the inner way that stepped in that ring, and I think his team, when they actually looking at the fight, I think he just was like, I didn't prepare for any way to fight this way, so I don't know how to get Fulton to capitalize the way I want him to be effective and really start, changing the tide of the fight, because the way he needs to fight could possibly get him knocked out. And I think when going into that 8th round, maybe Fulton got a little bit of confidence in that 7th round, and he just got caught lacking, man, in that 8th, bro. And it was just like he forgot about the power for a second. He forgot about, because he landed some pretty good shots in that 7th round, but I think, and Inoue took him like it wasn't shit. So I think he just kind of forgot about Inoue's power. Inoue reminded him, man, and it ended up being a quick 8th round, man. You know what I'm saying? So
you know what? Me watching that fight, I have no idea what Fulton's game plan was. I have no idea. I don't even from the first round to the stoppage. It was almost like they were freestyling. I had no idea what the game plan was. Like I didn't get it. I don't know what happened, but like that really was uncharacteristic of Cool Boy Steph. Like, and when he say that he lost the fight because of him, I almost have to agree with him. Yeah. Not taking nothing away from Inoue, but like I have to agree because that wasn't Cool Boy Steph. That was somebody else. But we also could say we also could say that Inoue made him look like that. You know, we also could say that too. So it's two ways we could look at it. We could look at it like Cool Boy Steph wasn't himself, and we can look at it like Inoue made Cool Boy Steph not himself. No doubt. And I think, man, honestly, Scooter, man, he got the heart of a lion, bro. I think he really will fight anybody. I mean, that dude got like 8 undefeated fighters on his resume. You know, matter of fact, damn near half his resume is undefeated fighters. Honestly, almost half his resume, maybe 45% of his resume is undefeated fighters. So I think he looked at it as a major opportunity, man, to go over to Japan and beat the undisputed bantamweight champion. You know what I'm saying? To kind of solidify his legacy. But I think the problem was his trainer. I'm gonna blame his trainer because that's who prepared him. And it even seemed like his trainer, using the little glove scandal shit or the rap scandal shit, was kind of looking for a way out the fight because maybe he didn't even know how to prepare for Inoue. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really, because bro, listen, including the monsters, Cool Boy Steph fought 10 undefeated fighters.
Yeah, that's
insane,
bro. Insane. How many fights he got?
20. He got 22. 22. So
look, 22. So 10 fights, 10 undefeated fighters out of 22 fights. I was right. I was on top of I say 45%. So it was about 48%. You know what I'm saying? Undefeated fighters.
That's dope.
It's dope as fuck. And and it was like, how can I pick against a guy like that, right? He unified, the dude he fighting moving up. And if I'm being honest, man, fuck that. If everybody's being honest, the only people, I don't give a damn who you is if you capping, if you say otherwise. But most guys, man, they only know Inoue for fighting Donaire, bro. His other opponents wasn't like, you know, household names like that, where they ringing bells like that, you know, because I never was really that interested in those smaller of the weight classes. But yeah, of course, when like Rigondeaux was fighting and shit, I was really tuned in and stuff. But you know, this day and age, I wasn't really, you know, knowledgeable of the guys that he was fighting. And then I come to find out, after doing research on Inoue, I realized this dude didn't win a tournament. This dude 4-division champion. This dude, you know what I'm saying? This dude, he's actually, you know, like you, based on the rankings. I mean, you got to go off the rankings. So he's fighting champions in top opposition in their respectable weight classes. So even whether you know the names or not, we got to give him credit for that.
I can tell you one thing. He beat a fighter that I favor. I'm a fan of the Maloney brothers. And
yeah, okay. Yeah,
I'm a fan of the Maloney brothers from out of Australia. I love them dudes. Them dudes can really, really bang. And in the new age, man, he died. He just walked right through. I think Jason Maloney.
Jason Maloney. Hey, what's crazy is, bro, the first Maloney fight that I really took the time to pay attention to was the Inoue fight, and I was like, okay, let me check this out. Let me see what this Maloney dude. Let me see if he's just a journeyman or, you know what I'm saying, he the real deal. And when he got knocked out, I just kind of wrote him off. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, he's not really what I thought he was, you know what I'm saying? So I just kind of really didn't even watch him no more after that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, he just, you know, but anyway, man, he's gonna be a problem, bro. Like, that dude's gonna be a problem. I would love to see him move up. I'd like to see him fight at I mean, featherweight.
Who you got against? Well, he had junior
Right,
featherweight now, right? He had junior featherweight now, right? Because super bantamweight is junior featherweight.
Right.
So he had junior featherweight now. Hey, he getting close to Gary Russell Jr. He getting close to Gary Russell.
I love to see that fight. That would be a great fight.
I would love to see that fight too.
Yeah. Speed against power. That's a classic speed against power fight. And,
that's a good fight.
And Gary got a chin. You know what I'm saying? You'll see Gary getting knocked out, man. So we gonna wait to see what Inoue do, man. We gonna come back to Inoue in a minute, but I think Fulton can bounce back. But he just, he's I don't know, bro. Like I don't know who he fights. I don't know, because his power is not there to move up like that and be competitive to me after that showing. Like I don't know if he can move. Now obviously
so you don't think he can, you don't think at 126 he could be effective?
I think he can beat Figueroa because he did it, but I don't know who. Because I got a lot of questions now. Obviously he's never been a power puncher. That's number one. He doesn't have a high work rate. That's number two. And now his chin is another thing. It's like, hey, damn, if a bigger guy, a smaller guy moving up caught him flush and put him away, what happened with a bigger guy? Him moving up and get caught flush by a bigger guy.
But remember that we are talking about an exceptional puncher, right? Inoue is exceptional. His power is exceptional. So not too many people can do what Inoue did. Not too many people.
Right.
So
right.
I mean, can we make that comparison? Can we compare, like, who's going to hit as hard as, who do you could name off the top of your head that cracks hard as Inoue at 122, at 126? Who can you name?
I don't know
that can do that. Let's just look at. Let's take a look at 126 while we're here. Let's take a look at 126. Let's see what we got at 126. Let me see. Let's see what we at. Let's see what we got at 126. So at 126, we got number one. We got Luis Alberto Lopez. That's the dude that knocked out Michael Colon. Beautiful performance against Michael Colon. Beautiful performance. But he's not, I wouldn't necessarily call him a power. He's not necessarily known for his power. You got Lee Wood. You got Brandon Figueroa, the brother of Omar Figueroa.
Yeah.
You got Ramirez, the dude that's with Top Rank, the Cuban dude that just fought on the undercard of Inoue.
Ray Vargas. I like Ray Vargas.
You got Marcio Lora, Ray Vargas, Josh Warrington, Maceo, Dog Bay, and Michael Colon. When you look at that, I feel like Cool Boy Steph could go up to 126 and still be effective.
Yeah, I think he can. I think he can. Now, when I'm looking at the grand scheme of things of who's up there, you're probably right. He probably will be effective. He can still be effective. This is these dudes are not. They're not pushovers, but he mixes in well with these dudes. But does he want to move up though? That's the question. Would he want to move up? I ain't never heard. I don't really hear Cool Boy. I think Cool Boy was going for undisputed in his respectable weight class. And for all I know, what I think he might do, and just my personal opinion, what I think he could possibly do is really try to seek a rematch. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like in his mind, right? In his mind, I feel like he think he beat himself. I feel like he still feels like he's a better fighter than Inoue, and he just kind of beat himself. So I feel if Inoue doesn't move up in weight class, I feel like Stevie Boy is he's Cool Boy is the kind of guy that's gonna work himself back in contention and go another round.
Let me ask you.
You know,
my fault. Go ahead, finish that. My fault. Finish
I'm done. I just feel like he's a type. He want his lick back. He come off that type to me.
Let me ask you this: Do you think that Cool Boy Steph can beat Brandon Figueroa again?
Yes.
Okay, well, Brandon Figueroa is the number 3 at 126 right now. So if he can go up to 126, beat him again, he's right in the mix, top 5.
Oh yeah, he is.
So
but you know what, man? Before Inoue had moved up, man, I really wanted to. You know how I really wanted to see him get in there with, bro?
Who's that?
Bam Rodriguez. But I know he fights at a smaller weight class.
He fighting Sonny Edwards. That's coming up.
Yeah. That's a good one.
I like Sonny Edwards. Man.
I like Sonny Edwards too. I mess with Sonny, man. But I definitely got Bam beating him. I think Bam he's a special fighter, bro. Like he's a really special fighter, bro. Like
Bam is nasty. He nasty.
Bam is a very, very skilled fighter. Like very skilled, and I think he's gonna be something major if he can, and his brother. He got a brother. His brother fight too. Like, him and his brother is nice, man. But Bam, I like Bam.
I'm not familiar. Who was his brother?
Man, what's his name, man? They got different names. That's what be throwing me off. I have to let me see. What's that boy name? It's on the tip of my tongue because he was I was watching his fights too. I was like, damn, because I didn't know they was brothers at first. You know what I'm saying? But after watching them and stuff, and then seeing them together, he got an older brother. Let me look. Let me see if I can find him. But Bam, man, I really wanted to see that before them boys decided to part ways, man. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But
Joshua Franco,
that's who it is.
Joshua
Franco nice too, man.
I never knew Joshua Franco was Bam Rodriguez's brother.
I didn't either, bro. I didn't either.
I never knew that.
Straight up.
That's crazy.
A lot of people don't know that, actually. A lot of people don't know that and shit. But Franco is nice. Bam is better, but Franco is nice to me, man. Franco is hella nice. But I wish I could have seen that fight, but shoot, unless Bam moves up in weight, you know what I'm saying, we might not ever see that fight. Yeah, man. In a way, man, I think he's fighting the Filipino dude that got the other 2 straps. He's probably gonna fight him later this year. It seemed like they already kind of agreed to it, for Undisputed. And I think he's gonna stop him, man.
They're talking about dude, his name Tapales or something like that, right?
Yeah, I can't say his name,
Marlon Tapales, I think his name is something like that.
But I think he's gonna stop him, man. I think he's gonna stop that boy and be Undisputed in 2 different weight classes, which is gonna be fire as fuck. And then he doing it pretty quick, like back to back. I like that. That's what I like about. I was listening to Blood, man. Was giving his take on the fight, and he was saying like how, in a way, it's kind of like old school. And he was like, man, he ain't really, with all the politics and the money and all that stuff. He just like, hey, look, I'm here to do a job for my legacy. I'm trying to fight the best. You know what I'm saying? Let's put these fights. I ain't got time for none of that diva shit. Let's just make it happen. You know what I mean? And that's what he do. And even him pulling out of a fight, because remember he got injured, they had to, or he supposedly got injured, so they had to post date the Cool Boy fight. I think he got in there and showed out, bro. Like he probably really was an injury or whatever, and he just like, hey, look, I'm here to fight the best, and I love Inoue for that, man. So he's definitely one of my favorites now, man, for sure.
Let's talk about something that that's a little controversial right fast. What do you think about that whole steroid accusation thing about him not wanting to take the VADA testing and then a fight getting pushed back and all of that? What do you think about that? Those rumors, and I heard those rumors. What's your thoughts on that?
I think me personally, I've never heard. See, one thing that I like to do is when I start hearing like all the controversy, hearsay shit, I want to see what the fighters think about it. Not they trainers, not people, not YouTube. What the fighters think about it. I hadn't seen anything where Fulton felt like he had an unfair advantage and he wanted to, like press the issue on that. You know what I'm saying? And and I look at it like this, bro. Whatever the controversy was, apparently it was just it was just talks around boxing, because at the end of the day, man, them dudes got in the ring and fought. So obviously he must have took some type of test, because if Cool Boy is like, look, man, we standing on this, bro, you need to take this type of testing, or we not fighting. Just like how his trainer publicly came out and was like, look, you know, with the hand wrap situation, if he don't do this and that, and with the tape and stuff, or putting the tape first and then putting the wrap, like if he don't change, we ain't gonna fight. So I feel like if he was willing to take that position publicly, then I know if Inoue was not willing to concede to the drug testing shit, that he wasn't gonna take the fight either, because they really was gonna feel like something was up. And that's when I go back to like what Blood Boxing was saying, like, hey, look, man, Inoue ain't got time for that bullshit, man. He coming there, he trying to fight. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you know, y'all want me to take all right, cool. Obviously, he must have took a test, because they got in the ring and fought. So he agreed to it. He ultimately ended up agreeing to, you know what I'm saying, whatever demands they was wanting him to do in order for them to take the fight. So I mean, I just think that's just what it is. It's just some hearsay shit, because and maybe they making an Asian comparison with Pacquiao, but you know, I don't know, man. I mean, the power is freakish, but at the end of the day, bro, hey,
if a dude never tests positive, it's just speculation.
Yeah, what can I say, bro? It's speculation, it's hearsay. You know, it's not what you know, it's more so what you can prove, man. And
indeed.
You know, if he coming out, I'm gonna say this. If he come out and like later on, and they, you know, is some, and he get, you know what I'm saying? He get caught, you know, juicing to something like that, I wouldn't be surprised, you know, because that would make sense where his freakish power come from. But until something like that happen, man, hey, look, he got God gifted power, and shit, he does what he's supposed to do with his God gifted power, and I can't take that away from him. And he's definitely, you know, top 10, maybe even top 5 pound for pound in the world now. You know what I'm saying? Especially if he become undisputed twice. So, I mean, what can you say?